She's like, who are all these people?
She's
What are we doing? This is her
happening.
first Zoom. All right, welcome everybody. When you get me and Kristen presenting on a class these days, you also get Ember Wynn. She's 11 months. We'll give you her full bio later, but welcome. We are so glad you're here. So glad to be with you wherever you're joining from. We are switching things up a little bit. I think it's the fifth Wednesday this month. So we're like, let's do something a little different. We're going to talk a bit about financial wellness, which is a topic I'm very passionate about. And we've, over the course of the last year and a half, I think it's been, we've covered so many. That didn't last very long. We've covered so many wellness topics, which has been amazing. I hope you guys have gotten a ton of value from those. But we're going to talk a little bit about the business side of doTERRA. So, of course, it's optional, but for those of you who have been involved with creating a business or generating income with doTERRA, I would love to hear in the chat throughout this presentation what blessings, what benefits you've received from being involved with doTERRA from the business side. So welcome. We are calling this a better way. We will explore that a little bit further. But first, I love starting just thinking about like, what is the reason for work? A lot of times there's just complaining about work, right? But I love this quote from John Mark Comer in his book, Garden City. I really love this book, highly recommend this book. But God created work. And in his design for work, essentially, it's rearranging the raw materials that he created in such a way that it helps the world in general and people in particular to thrive and flourish. So, at its core, that's what work is. That's what we were designed to do. And when we think a little bit more holistically about wellness, we need to include financial wellness. For many people, financial or work stress contributes to stress or misalignment in many other areas of wellness that we talk about often, including physical, emotional, and relational arenas of life. So we found in doTERRA, we have the option, the opportunity to pursue both physical and financial wellness together. So that's what we're going to talk about.
And for us personally, like a lot of people in doTERRA, when we first were introduced, we were introduced completely to use the products. And I know a lot of you guys on this call, you join these calls because you want to learn about the products, and the products have benefited you and your family. And likely, I would assume, especially you guys that are joining every week, you're probably already talking to other people about the products. And honestly, that was me at the beginning. I was talking to people about doTERRA. They would go buy doTERRA from other people, and I wasn't looking for a business. But I was looking for those things you can see on the screens. We were looking for better health solutions for our family. We were looking for more flexible income. For me, I had just become a mom, and that was a big part of my decision to do the business. We were looking for meaningful work and purposeful community. And really, doTERRA just became this thing that it was very natural, and it still is very natural for us to share doTERRA with people in all the different seasons, and it can grow with us. And so, I mean, these are very variety of different seasons that you see on the screen, and we could add so many other pictures that describe how doTERRA has grown with our family. And just yesterday, I enrolled a great friend of mine here in London because doTERRA is still something that I'm always talking about and sharing with people because of the benefits that they can get from the products.
Yeah. Just one quick story. So we've been with doTERRA now over 10 years. We started as a customer first, and then we're like, hey, there's a business side to this. So we started exploring that. Now, 10 years later, here we are. But it was about 2 years in, I was spending a lot of time with our son, Elliot, who was probably about 2 years old at the time. And there's a guy that lived kind of in our neighborhood, and he saw me outside with our son all the time because we had flexibility because of this business. And he stopped and he said to me, he just looked at me. I never saw him after this, but he stopped and he said to me, I see you out here a lot with your son. You have no idea how lucky you are that you get to spend so much time together. And I was taken back. And that moment has stuck with me of like, this is such a gift. Yes, we work hard, but the flexibility and the time flexibility that we have with this business to be able to prioritize the things that are really important to us is such a gift. And I never saw that guy again, but that moment stuck with me. And that's just a little glimpse into what we have found this business offers, part of it. So you may be familiar with this. Robert Kiyosaki is kind of a financial coach. He wrote his most famous book is called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but his second book was called The Cash Flow Quadrants. And in that book, he develops this idea that you see on the screen here, that there's basically four income sources, or the ways that we earn income can be broken down into four ways. There's an employee, you can be self-employed, you can be a business owner, or an investor. An employee, we all know what that means. You're spending your time and you're getting a set amount of money in exchange for that time. If you want to earn more money, typically you have to spend more time. Self-employed has a little bit more flexibility, but it's still kind of trading either time or a project in exchange for a set amount of money. And it's usually a one-time transaction. I'm going to do this thing once, I'm going to get paid once. A business owner is more about developing a system, and it's not completely dependent on you to generate that income. So that's kind of the test between self-employed and business owner. If I completely stepped out for a week or a month or a year, would I continue to get paid from that work that I did? We often refer to this as residual income. You do the work once, or you develop a system, and the income continues month after month after month. And then there's an investor, which we often think of as retirement. You've saved up a lot of money, and so that your investments cover your living expenses. Whereas a business owner, their business would be covering their living expenses. Self-employed, your self-employed work would cover your business expenses or your living expenses, and so forth. So when we talk about a doTERRA business, what we're talking about is what I love about the doTERRA business is it is by far the best opportunity that I have found. If you have a better one, please tell me. Seriously. It's the best opportunity that I found to get from this left side of the quadrant, the employee self-employed side, to separate our income from our time and get to the right side. A typical business like manufacturing or retail requires huge amounts of overhead, like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars or pounds to get started and to set up that business. Same with an investor. You often need hundreds of thousands or millions of pounds invested to be able to generate enough income to cover your business expenses. Now, with doTERRA, it's not like day one you start the business and it automatically is producing enough to cover your expenses. But the barrier to entry is very low. You're probably, if you're on this call, you're probably already ordering your wellness products through doTERRA because they're amazing. And apart from earning income, they are super valuable, standalone, like on their own, just to use in your everyday life. But over time, we can create business income through partnering with doTERRA. And we're going to explore what that looks like.
Tyler, can I share something really quick? This
Yes.
is Audra. So, you guys, the financial piece is such a blessing. And I will also say the gift of time that this allocates for us because in 2023, 8 years into having this doTERRA business and our amazing doTERRA community, and yes, investing time and effort, right, to show up and to build that asset. My doTERRA business is the sole reason that I was able to go into a 9 month full-time recovery and healing due to an injury that I had. And I just remember so many people saying, I could never not only pay for what you're going through, but I would never have the amount of time in a week that you have to literally be full-time healing and recovering. And so I just love the gift of time to make choices that we care about and to have that freedom and flexibility. So I love that you brought that up, Tyler.
Yeah, 100%. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but that's like how we got here to London as well. So we're here helping to plant a brand new church in Southwest London. And doTERRA has been the primary vehicle through which we've been empowered to be able to make that decision. So I'm glad you brought that up, Audra.
So I'm gonna breeze through some of these slides because a lot of this stuff is what you guys already know and you live because you're the same that as I have been and Audra has been and Carrie has been since the beginning. It's like doTERRA provides solutions to real problems and we need their products. So we're going to be ordering them anyways, and I'm ordering them on a regular basis because I continue to need them every single month, which creates a lot of great retention for customers. I'm not like buying, I've bought Norwex towels before. I love them, but I use them for a very long time before I need to buy more. Um, and doTERRA targets so many different problems. So like Janet Rourke is teaching all about oils for pets, and I barely know how to use oils for pets, but there's all these other areas we can be using our products, and all my customers are different. Like for me, the goal is to help people find solutions for their problems. And usually that becomes like, their top 5 to 7 products that they love and are obsessed with and need and continue to order because they solve problems for them. And then, of course, we love doTERRA because it's the products, it's an incredible company, it's an incredible model, and there's just like countless reasons we could talk about it. I'll let Tyler share
Yeah.
more.
So these two photos are actually pictures of us with some of the owners of doTERRA. And the reason I share those here is because we've been around a while, we've gotten to see behind the curtain and we've gotten to meet not only the owners, but this is how we this is how we met Carrie. This is how we met Audra. This is how we met Janet and Sarah and so many other friends that we became friends is through doTERRA. We didn't know each other before. And not to mention hundreds of other people that aren't on this call. Um, and that's one of the time is a great blessing. The finances that flow is a great blessing, but also just the connections that we get to make and get to have with people that are like-minded, that are purpose-driven, that are like just full of life and energy and want to make a difference in the world. If that's you, like this is your crew. This is a great group of people to run with tremendous purpose. These things that are on the screen, it's like doTERRA is a solid company. They're they're doing great things in the world. They're consistent, they're long term, they're integrous, all of those things. And also, the way doTERRA sources their products, you've probably heard this before, but just to touch on it briefly, everything that they do is designed to lift people, to create opportunities for people locally, but also globally. As you can see on this map, a lot of the products, a lot of the ingredients for doTERRA products are sourced from developing nations. And doTERRA partners with families, with communities, with growers, with harvesters, with distillers in these communities to create stability, to create opportunity, and really to help lift these communities through sustainable and integrous long-term partnership. So getting, we love being a part of a company that is doing so much good in the world. There are so many answers that I could give for why now is important. This is just one, and I think it's just so timely to talk about this right now because AI is everywhere.
Can I ask one thing in?
Everyone's talking about it. Kristen's wanting to talk about it really badly.
Well, not specifically about AI. I just feel the need to say, like, I realize a lot of people on this call, you might not be thinking like, I want to do doTERRA full time, like Audra
Yeah.
and Kristen and Tyler and whoever else, but the reality is doTERRA, why now, has actually changed the compensation plan in really awesome ways. And it enables you to be able to earn income quicker and in a way that diversifies your income. And Tyler's going to talk more about that at the end. So if you're like listening, you're like, this doesn't affect me. I'm not going to do doTERRA full time. I'm a nurse. I'm a da da da. I'm always going to do that. Great. But doTERRA can be a great supplement to that. And we have like many, many people on our team that have been
Yeah.
able to supplement their income and diversify with doTERRA. And that could be exactly the thing for you.
Yeah. So Kristen and I get a few hours each week to work, and this morning was one of those chunks of time. And Kristen literally said to me across the table, she said, she showed me this like random lady on Instagram. She's like, I'm learning things or like, I'm learning
Plug.
things from this account, and I don't even know if this girl is real. She's like, that looks real, but this looks off. And I'm like, this is the world we live in. We don't even know if the people that we're learning stuff from are real people or if they're just made up. And so I think that just really emphasizes and highlights now, but also in the months and years to come, how important human connection is.
Yeah.
And from a business perspective, because people, they don't know what to trust, but you will trust your neighbor, your friend, your coworker who you see every day. And so this person-to-person model, like this photo right here with our good friend Michelle, like that is the essence of doTERRA. And doTERRA is just perfectly positioned to I mean, it's not a new thing. It's like the world is shifting to where doTERRA has always been, which is human connection, supporting one another, lifting others, creating communities, all of those sorts of things. And so that's just one reason why doTERRA now, but there's a myriad of reasons we could talk about. So you might be wondering, what is the actual work? Kristen alluded to this earlier, but doTERRA, officially last year, they shifted some things in how they pay us. And it caused a little bit of turmoil for a bit, as many changes do. But what it enabled, what it created was the ability for people who are new or newer to doTERRA, and who are active actually are getting paid more than they ever have in the past. And we can get into the details, but we're just going to focus on um, one aspect of how doTERRA pays us, even though there's many. If we focus on this one, all the others will take care of themselves. And so you're going to hear me talk about this term, a pod. And really all of a pod is helping 3 to 5 to 10, like a small group of people, fall in love with doTERRA and love the product so much that they want to share them with other people and create their own pod. So that is the work. It's like sharing products you love with people and helping them get their own account, get set up on rewards, and build their own, like then also share the products with other people, build their own pod. So it's a three-step system we're talking about. You live a wellness lifestyle using the doTERRA products. If you're on this call, you're probably already doing that. Then you share with a small group of people who um, who fall in love with and find tremendous value in a handful of products from doTERRA that they're ordering every month. And then the third step is helping those people to also share just as you did. Super simple. And this is the DNA of the work that we're doing. And it starts small, but over time, that DNA grows and multiplies just like DNA in our body and develops and can create a huge impact and result in residual monthly income. So this is where we're focusing here on the left side. You start with your first goal is I'm gonna create a pod by sharing with a few people. A complete pod is 500 in monthly sales volume. 500. And that gets you a $50 bonus. There's other pieces of doTERRA's compensation plan that will also go in there, but it will be at least $50. And you can complete this in as little as a month or a week, or maybe it takes a couple months. But that's recurring income. And if we keep focusing here and we have the right DNA, then all of those other ways that doTERRA compensates us, um, those kick in and those grow. And they grow like a lot if we have the right DNA, if we have that movement mentality where it's not just stagnant, but it's like we're making waves, we're making movements through these products. And like Kristen said, you don't have to do this full time. You can do it to an extent where you just need more margin. A lot of us are in a place of like, I just need like a few extra $100 a month. doTERRA can tick that box. Or you can be, I want out of my job. It's toxic, it's stressful, it's hard. I need to replace my income. It could be that for you. That could be the create freedom bucket, and doTERRA can help you achieve that. Or you can say, I want to create massive wealth. I want to be ridiculously generous. I want to set my children up or my family up for financial security long term. doTERRA can also tick that box for you. So whatever bucket that you're looking for, and maybe it's all three, we can help you design a plan to achieve those goals. Which leads me to this point. You're not building alone. Like I said, everything that doTERRA does is designed to create opportunity, is designed to help lift each other. And so the way the compensation plan is designed is nobody is successful. Nobody is successful without helping other people be successful. Which means if you say, I want to do this, you have us, you have whoever invited you to this call that is invested in helping you become successful. And that is unlike corporate culture. That is unlike any other business model that I have seen. And we love that. So if you choose to partner with us, that comes with mentoring. It comes with obviously the wellness education that you guys have already been receiving. It comes with business coaching, encouragement, community, simple systems, and ongoing corporate support. So if you are like, I want to get started, you will be instantly welcomed into a pod and have everything you need to create and build a new one. So, what if what if there was a better way? We titled this as There's a Better Way. I won't say it's perfect. Nothing that we create is perfect, but uh, again, it is the best that we have found. It's brought us the most freedom, the most wellness, the most relational, like friendships, the blessings. And we would love for you to consider and to be a part of this as well. If anything on here or anything that we've said resonates, definitely, you can always find a reason not to do something, right? But we want to partner with the people that have a dream, that have tremendous purpose, and want to move forward and want to grow and want to make a difference. So if that's you, like, let's go. It's simple. You're already ordering the products. You're already like done with step one. So um, this is just a little bit of what getting started looks like. You've probably already done the first one. Using the products, you're probably using the products. So the third step is connecting with the person who invited you to this or shared this with you and begin inviting others to try the products and helping them get their account. And the person that invited you will help you do all of that. That's what I have prepared. We have some time
Giveaways,
for giveaways and
question and answer.
Q&As if you have any of those. You want to do the giveaways?